Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Report has it that the Great Lion has announced the final date for Ofarende ritual is on the 29th of November 2025. They say the announcement shook the palace like thunder after months of waiting, after endless quarrels, accusations, sabotage, and painful delay. The Great Lion finally fixed the Ofarende ritual for November, 29, 2025. The word spread like, quickly from the throne room to the court, from the palace walls to the street outside, and by the time it reached the jewel, her body trembled with joy. She could not hold herself for long. She had been dragged into battles she never asked for too long. She had been insulted, accused, and forced to defend her name. Yet this ritual meant more than just ceremony. It is the final seal, the long-awaited act, and would silence the noise of enemies and bind her back to the Great Lion forever. This Ofarende ritual is a ritual that will, you and I will be able to see the Great Lion and his wife again in public, like man and wife. Hey, a lot of us do not know what happened when the jewel left the palace. It was terrible. The way, the laws, Yoruba laws are very, especially royal laws, are very, very strong. Okay. Now, as a wife of a big king like the Great Lion, if you choose to divorce the Great Lion, you are supposed to divorce him and go very far. Even if you will get married, you will not get married around him. You will go very, very far. And in some cases, they said they don't even get married again, depending. But if the lion decides to free you completely, you could go and you could get married, right? Then there is this other law now. Even the great lion himself cannot openly gather his people and say, okay, I know they do again. It's not even possible right now. He can go through the Ofarende ritual and other ritual, but it's tough. It's not a personal decision. It's not something he sits down and he makes by himself. Now, the reason why this whole thing dragged so long happens to be because of the way the jewel left. When they pushed her, when she left, she did not just leave. She went on social media and announced it. It was seen as an abomination, an abominable act. And they did that because they didn't want anybody to, in fact, they did it because they knew that by the time we do this, this woman will never, ever be allowed to return back to the palace because Yoruba people will not allow her. But as God will have it, the Great Lion went back and forth, they investigated, and they found out that this thing that she did not do it deliberately. See, she didn't just get up to say, look, I am not doing again. I don't want to again. She was pushed. They wanted her out. They said when they even found out, Iyanifa told them that God should even, that it should, the jewel should be grateful that God helped her. That they even wanted her to slap the Great Lion in public. And you know that if that had happened, she would have been ostracized maybe from any Yoruba land. They wouldn't have allowed her. But however, that's not what we are talking about. You saw what it took for them to even do the full moon ritual. Okay, there was a time that, the Great Lion had gone to Akure to go and promote a business. Was it a business he was promoting? I think he built a mall or an estate. So they were opening the estate. And he said that the jewel should come for that event because they had already started trying the settlement here and there. The jewel must be there for that event, and the jewel must not come alone. The jewel must come with the boy. Now, listen. When they insisted that the jewel must come with the boy, with their son, the jewel did not want to go. The jewel had spoken to the great lion that they were not coming. The jewel thought she had agreed with the great lion that it wasn't necessary for them to be there. The jewel did everything to convince the great lion. But let me tell you something that happened. Because of the way that the elders continue to make it look as if he is seen with the jewel, it will be one of the biggest abomination that has happened in the world. When the jewel got to Akure, the jewel called, when the great lion got to Akure, the great lion called the jewel and asked the jewel to come there immediately with their boy. And that was why you saw the boy appear the way the boy appeared. Like he was not prepared, okay? The jewel was taken unaware. Like she thought that they had agreed with her husband that look, oh, it's not necessary, I will not be there, so we don't cause more problems and all of that. But because of the way the elders continue to act as if they are seen together, the wall will come down. When the great lion got there, the great lion got very upset and called her to come immediately. And she did not want to disappoint the great lion. Like she tried, the great lion insisted, and they must go. She told the great lion that the boy is not even prepared, that she has been, she had serious speaking engagement and all. She's been going up and down. The little boy has just been at home. Nothing. His hair is not well arranged. Everything. That how can they just get up and come there? That I thought they had that conversation like 5 days ago, and the great lion said it was okay. The great lion said no, that he should come. Whether the boy's hair is rolling on the ground, bring that boy here. The great lion wanted to prove one thing: I am the great lion. You cannot push me around and tell me what to do and what not to do with my own wife. That was why you saw the way the jewel entered that place. When the jewel entered there, the boy was looking a little not prepared for that kind of, event and all of that. People started wagging their tongues, not understanding what it is. Now, after that event, hey, all hell was let loose. Oh. They dragged the great lion. They said that he committed an abomination. He was not supposed to be seen in public with the jewel. He is the custodian of the Yoruba tradition. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? It was a big deal. They dragged, though. They dragged to a point where the great lion had to bring money and everything for them to do rituals. So now maybe this will explain to you why you don't see them together. Now, after this Ofarende ritual that they have fixed, the jewel can move into that palace. And as we are hearing that villa that they are preparing for the jewel, they say the villa is almost ready. Almost ready. That, in fact, there is a finishing touches they are doing there. Now, after that Ofarende, the jewel will now bring her things back to her home, drop them, and probably go back to the royal mansion. Or go back to the UK or wherever she wants to stay. And now from time to time, you see them travel to London together, see them the way you have been seeing them with other Oloris now. And that way, the everything would have been prepared, as in be ready, okay? According to them, the abomination would have been completely cleared, because where is the abomination? What is the abomination? According to them, the abomination is that she divorced her husband in public. But they are saying that her own is an abomination. No? They are not seeing the one that Ebony is doing. They are not seeing the one that Ebony is doing. The one that Ebony is doing is not abomination. It's her own. She divorced her husband in public. But well, the date has been fixed, and they said the joy. People are so happy, and everyone is like, at last. At last, Dela right. So I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged rumors. Unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.